Den of the Wolfman, the novella prequel to the novel Wild River by Ronald M. Kimmons. Chapter 10. Bondas did not go to the docks. Not yet. Instead, he went to the lair. He did this because he knew that simply telling the police or Ta'anaf or anyone that he knew who the Wolfman was would not be enough to put an end to this. He needed to come up with some convincing, hard evidence, and he knew that Ta'anaf had the resources to help him do that. There were numerous gaudy establishments of ill repute on High Street. Of them, the lair was the largest and probably the most infamous. The ground floor was a casino. Patrons came at all hours, day and night, and people of all social levels tended to blend together into a single raucous mess. Upstairs, Ta'anaf had his offices, a number of rooms for rent at both nightly and hourly rates, and a grand parlor for his private parties. When Bondas came with news for the man, a burly bouncer directed him to the office. A receptionist, one much more alluring than she needed to be, met him there, and when she knocked to introduce him, Ta'anaf welcomed him in immediately. "My friend," said Ta'anaf, "come, have a seat. Anything to report?" "Yes, actually," said Bondas. "Oh, so quickly?" Bondas collapsed into one of the padded armchairs, and Ta'anaf sat on the desk straight across from him, folding his arms. "Your killer is a dock worker," said Bondas, holding his hat in his lap. "He works the second shift at Dock 3. Ta'anaf raised his eyebrows. "My, you do work quickly." He took up his pipe, lit a match, and puffed at it. "Do you have a name, then?" "That is as far as I have narrowed it down," said Bondas. "Have you told the police?" "Not yet," said Bondas. "They will rush into things. I don't want to scare them away." "All right. I will have some of my men start tailing the workers from that shift." "No, I would rather not do that," said Bondas. "That would take longer, and it would likely scare him off as well. I have another idea." "Oh?" "You have a lot of pull with the unions, right?" Ta'anaf snorted. "What do you take me for?" "I recently read that union leaders have been demanding dental care for workers." "That is true." "How far has that progressed?" "It's still being discussed." "How about this?" asked Bondas. "Get all the dock workers to bite down on wax wafers to get documentation of their dental state. Say that it is for negotiation purposes." "Something we should probably be doing anyway," said Ta'anaf. "We have bones with the killer's bite marks on them," said Bondas. "We've already narrowed it down to a couple dozen men. If we can just see which dental mold matches the tooth marks, we have our man." "Brilliant," said Ta'anaf. "I'll get this going now and distribute the wafers tomorrow morning. Let's catch this beast." After ironing out some of the details of the plan, Bondas left. As he walked home through the dark streets, an eeriness crept back into his mind. He was not afraid, though. No, he did not have the sense of predators lurking in every shadow. Instead, he kept getting the sense that he should be in the shadow, that he should be watching, waiting, finding someone on whom to pounce. When others saw him, he felt unease, not out of fear that they might attack him, but out of a realization that they would see him coming. He returned to his one-room apartment and, for the first time in many years, got onto his knees and prayed to Yalux, as his mother had taught him. This eased his mind a bit. However, once he had fallen asleep, the dreams that took hold of his mind were not his own.